How's it going, everybody? Poser Mobile here, bringing you some absolute bangers that are all on sale on the PlayStation Store for the Tokyo Game Show sale that runs through October 8th. As usual, I've scoured this sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history, and are at least a 70 on OpenCritic. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my coverage of any new sales that Sony puts out. I'm trying to get to 10K by the end of the year, so every bit helps. Alright, that's enough yapping for me, let's get into the video. For $11.99, Tomba Special Edition is a revitalized version of the beloved 1997 platforming classic, where you play as the wild pink-haired hero, leaping, biting, and throwing his way through vibrant 2.5D landscapes to defeat a mischievous band of evil pigs. Along your journey, you'll explore relic-filled environments, meet eccentric characters, tackle quirky quests, and uncover hidden treasures in a unique blend of linear platforming and non-linear exploration. This enhanced edition adds modern conveniences like save anywhere, rewind, analog controls, and a remastered soundtrack, plus a packed museum full of artwork, ads, documents, and an exclusive interview with creator Takeru Fujiwara. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 12 hours to platinum. For $16.99, 9 Years of Shadows is a side-scrolling Metroidvania where Europa enters the mechanical giant Talos to purge the corruption draining the world of color. Guided by a Pino, a magical bear who heals, shields, and attacks, you'll battle corrupted creatures, uncover the history of ancient civilizations, and restore life to the land. Elemental armors grant traversal powers like swimming, gliding, and tunneling, while also expanding your combat options against powerful bosses. With a moving soundtrack featuring composers Michiru Yamane and Norihiko Hibino, this is a story where music and gameplay intertwine beautifully. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $12.79, Dead of Darkness is a 2D survival horror action-adventure set in 1985 England, where private investigator Miles Wyndham travels to Velvet Island to uncover the truth behind his daughter's death. What begins as a search quickly spirals into terror as the island's residents act unnervingly strange, forcing Miles and his ally Olivia to explore a mental hospital and its twisted surroundings. You'll manage scarce ammunition, hunt for key items, and interact with dozens of voiced characters while navigating an unsettling mix of pixel art exploration and HD portraits, and with haunting music and a heavy atmosphere, it captures the essence of classic survival horror. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $15.99, Chronicles of the Wolf is a dark Metroidvania where you play as Matteo Lombardo, the last apprentice of the Rose Cross Order, tasked with hunting the legendary beast of Gavaudan. You'll battle through sprawling castles, shadowy forests, and cursed ruins, collecting weapons, solving puzzles, and unlocking abilities that let you carve your own path through an interconnected world. The game features intense boss fights, richly illustrated cutscenes, and atmospheric narration, plus a guest appearance from Bloodless and music by acclaimed composers Oscar Araujo and Jeffrey Montoya. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $18.74, Lost in Random: The Eternal Die is a standalone roguelike adventure where you play as Queen Alexandra, wielding weapons, cards, and elemental relics, while relying on your sentient die companion, Fortune, to twist the flow of battle. Across 4 procedurally generated biomes, you'll face unpredictable enemies, discover secrets, and take on high-stakes wagers where the right roll can grant massive rewards or crushing setbacks. Between runs, you'll return to the Sanctuary to buy upgrades, unlock new gear, and accept quests from quirky allies that expand the story and strategy of each attempt. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $18.74, Wizard of Legend 2 is a vibrant roguelite action game where you take on the trials of legend, mastering elemental arcana spells to survive shifting gauntlets in the mystical floating lands. With fast-paced combat, dozens of spell combinations, and 6 elemental schools — fire, water, earth, lightning, air, and chaos — you'll mix and match projectiles, melee strikes, and area attacks to create your own devastating playstyle. This sequel introduces fully 3D visuals, fortune-changing relics, and online 4-player co-op, letting you and your allies experiment with builds and tackle unpredictable challenges together. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $14.99, The Night of the Rabbit is a whimsical point-and-click adventure where young Jerry follows a mysterious white rabbit into Mousewood, a magical land of talking animals and hidden dangers. As Jerry trains to become a magician, he uncovers a sinister plot tied to a traveling magic show that demands the townsfolk wager their most precious belongings, and even their lives. With a heartfelt story that shifts from lighthearted wonder to dark and emotional themes, you'll explore richly illustrated environments, solve puzzles, and interact with a colorful cast of critters brought to life through charming writing. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $14.99, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate is a roguelike co-op action game where you'll battle through shifting New York City environments to rescue Master Splinter from Shredder and the Foot Clan. Each run offers randomized rooms, modifiers, and upgrades, letting you experiment with unique builds across all 4 turtles as you harness elemental powers like fire, water, ooze, and light alongside classic ninja skills. Whether playing solo or in bodacious online and local co-op, you'll slash through iconic cityscapes, level up your turtle, and face off against increasingly challenging bosses. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $11.99, Peglin is a pachinko-style roguelike where you take on dragons and their minions by launching orbs into peg-filled boards, blending precise aiming with turn-based RPG strategy. Each run offers procedurally generated maps, varied enemies, and challenging bosses, keeping every adventure fresh while testing your reflexes and planning. Collect and upgrade powerful orbs and relics that influence both damage and game physics, giving you new ways to tackle foes and combos to master. With careful use of potions, bombs, and special items, you'll reclaim stolen gold, overcome increasingly difficult challenges, and push deeper into the dragon's lair. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For $14.99, NanoApostle is a fast-paced action game where you play as Anita, a girl implanted with a sentient nanomechanical entity called Apostle, navigating a shadowy research facility while battling deadly prototype bioweapons. Use Apostle's abilities to dodge, parry, and unleash devastating slashing and projectile attacks, exploiting enemy destruction points to maximize damage during evolving multi-stage battles. Customize your combat style with skill points earned from challenges, defeating minions, and completing parkour trials, experimenting with tactical or aggressive approaches as you face increasingly formidable foes. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $14.56, Dave the Diver, Dave and Ichiban bundle includes the base game plus the Ichiban's Holiday Content Pack, offering a mix of deep-sea exploration and sushi restaurant management. Play as Dave by day, diving into the mysterious blue hole to uncover secrets and collect exotic sea life, then manage your restaurant by night, preparing sushi and upgrading your establishment to satisfy customers. This charming single-player RPG blends relaxing gameplay with light adventure and quirky characters, providing hours of discovery both above and below the waves. It's a 90 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $14.39, KinnikuNeko Super Muscle Cat is a wildly entertaining 2D platformer where you take on the role of a bodybuilder cat fighting an alien invasion to rescue humanity. Alongside his friends Lemon and Kata, KinnikuNeko punches, climbs, and purrs through inventive levels featuring minigames that shift the pace, hidden secrets to discover, and increasingly tricky enemies, including the formidable General Pitaya and her minions. The story blends goofy humor, friendship, drama, and over-the-top action, all presented in a striking 90s Japanese anime-inspired visual style with a powerful soundtrack that drives the adventure. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $14.39, Urban Myth Dissolution Center is a psychedelic pixel art mystery adventure where you play as Azami Fukurai, a young investigator working under level S psychic Ayumu Megaria to unravel bizarre urban myths. Explore episodic cases filled with cursed relics, monstrous oddities, and dimensional anomalies, gathering evidence, piecing together social media clues, and uncovering hidden truths behind each myth and client. The game combines investigative detective work with supernatural storytelling, immersing you in a vibrant, surreal world where every discovery has unexpected consequences and the secrets of the urban myth Dissolution Center gradually unfold. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 15 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $15.99, Quilts and Cats of Calico is a cozy digital board game where you craft quilts from patterned fabric scraps while attracting and caring for adorable cats, each with their own preferences for bedding designs. Combine colors and patterns strategically to score points, sew on buttons, and delight the cats, all set in a charming Studio Ghibli-inspired world. The game features solo play, cross-platform multiplayer with weekly challenges and rankings, a story-driven campaign in a city of cat worshippers, and extensive customization options for both cats and player avatars, complemented by a relaxing soundtrack from Pavel Gorniak. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $18.74, Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector is the sequel to one of 2022's most acclaimed RPGs, where you play as a sleeper, an emulated human mind in an artificial body, on the run from both the corporation that created you and the gang that wants to control you. Commandeer a ship, recruit a crew, and take on dangerous contracts as you chart your path through the Starward Belt, balancing survival with the pursuit of a future worth fighting for. With tabletop-inspired dice mechanics, branching storylines, tactical contracts, and unique class abilities that let you push your luck in high-stakes encounters, every cycle becomes a tense mix of strategy, risk, and roleplay. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $16.24, Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist is a dark fantasy 2D action RPG set in the Land of Fumes, where toxic underground vapors have driven the artificial homunculi into madness. You play as Lilac, an attuner who awakens in a hidden laboratory and sets out to recover lost memories, purify corrupted souls, and uncover the kingdom's tragic downfall. With over 30 unique companion-based skills, upgradable relics and equipment, and hauntingly beautiful environments like ruined cities, sorcerer academies, and colossal factories, the game builds on Ender Lilies with deeper combat and expanded exploration. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $13.99, Naiad is a serene and wholesome adventure where you drift along a mysterious river, connecting with its wildlife and uncovering hidden secrets in a soothing, dreamlike world. Learn to swim, dive, and dash like the creatures around you, while helping butterflies, turtles, frogs, and more find their way as you guide them safely past obstacles and dangers. Across 16 beautifully crafted episodes, you'll journey through enchanting environments such as shadowy caves, lush forests, joyful creeks, calm lakes, and finally, the vast sea, all brought to life with a distinctive art style and gentle atmosphere. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $10.99, Shadow Tactics Aiko's Choice is a standalone expansion to the acclaimed stealth tactics game, set in Japan during the early Edo period and focusing on the kunoichi adept Aiko as she confronts the ghosts of her past. Alongside her allies, ranging from the agile ninja Hayato to the powerful samurai Mugen, you'll infiltrate enemy bases, slip through lively towns, and carefully plan every move using stealth, traps, disguises, and synchronized strikes. With 3 full missions and 3 interludes, plus the same deep tactical freedom as the main game, it offers a challenging mix of assassination, strategy, and precise execution that rewards patience and creativity. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Rage of the Dragons Neo revives the cult classic 2002 arcade fighter with updated features, polished visuals, and a fast-paced dual combat system where every blow and tag team swap matters. Choose 2 fighters from a diverse roster of martial artists, brawlers, and supernatural fighters, then chain devastating combos, unleash unique team attacks, and master the strategic depth of tag-based battles. With arcade, versus, training, and the new Dragon Challenge mode, plus rollback netcode, ranked and casual online matches, and over 80 team combinations, it's a full package for fighting game fans old and new. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $17.99, Songs of Silence is a fantasy strategy game that combines deep, tactical decision-making with fast-paced auto battles and a narrative-driven campaign that unfolds in a richly crafted world. Its distinctive Art Nouveau-inspired visuals give Songs of Silence a striking, painterly style that brings battlefields and story sequences to life with elegance and atmosphere as you command armies, forge alliances, and make weighty choices that shape both your people and the world, all while balancing careful strategic planning with fast, reactive combat. Beyond the lengthy single-player story, there's also competitive and cooperative multiplayer modes that provide endless replayability and new ways to test your skill. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 11 hours to platinum. For $11.99, Astroneer Glitch Walkers Deluxe Edition bundles the base game with the Glitch Walkers expansion and a themed deluxe cosmetics pack, sending you into a vast, strange solar system to survive, explore, and uncover intriguing sci-fi mysteries across diverse planets, floating islands, and alien landscapes. Glitch Walkers expands the universe with new narrative arcs, unique gameplay mechanics, hidden secrets, and mysterious phenomena to discover, while the glitched neon hat, palette, and visor let you suit up in style as you navigate the hazards of Aeluz and unravel the secrets of this glitched dimension. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For $16.24, Card & Ciel is a roguelite card-battling RPG adventure where you play as Neon, the gaming chair detective, diving into an in-development VR game world to solve a bizarre mystery as characters from other games appear with wills of their own. Explore over 10 dungeons, each set in a different game world, collecting and building combos from more than 300 fully voiced cards, interacting with characters through the Link Etude system, and gaining support from 50 unique Muse songs that enhance your battles, while uncovering a full-fledged story filled with roguelike challenges, escalating difficulty modes, and strategic deck building. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. For $17.49, The Bridge Curse 2: The Extrication is a first-person survival horror adventure set in Taiwan's Wenhua University, where ghost tales and folklore come to life. Play as 4 distinct characters, including a determined news reporter and 3 students, evading relentless ghosts, solving mind-bending puzzles, and uncovering a sinister conspiracy while navigating echoing corridors, hidden rooms, and haunted halls. Use stealth, tactics, and sacred objects to outwit your supernatural pursuers, explore richly detailed campus, and experience a story that blurs the line between fiction and reality. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 6 hours to platinum. For $19.99, Drova Forsaken Kin is a pixel art action RPG inspired by grimdark classics and infused with the mystical allure of Celtic mythology, where every choice you make shapes the world around you. Explore handcrafted open world, join one of 2 factions with unique values and competing goals, and uncover the secrets of a dead empire whose captured spirits still wield immense power. Study your environment, gather and craft gear, learn abilities from teachers, and face dangerous foes while harnessing, or at least surviving, the wrath of nature's spirits, with each decision rippling across the story and impacting your path. It's a 70 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $13.99, Core Keeper is a 1 to 8 player mining sandbox adventure where you awaken as an explorer in a long-forgotten cavern brimming with untold secrets and hidden treasures. Harvest resources, craft advanced tools, build and expand your base, and explore a dynamically evolving underground world while leveling up skills, defeating legendary titans, and uncovering the mysterious power of the core. Grow your garden, fish in mysterious waters, raise and care for animals, master a vast array of recipes, mine rare minerals, and interact with the quirky cavelings as you carve out your own unique adventure in this enchanting subterranean realm. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 135 hours to platinum. For $13.99, 8-Bit Adventures 2 is a nostalgic JRPG where classic turn-based combat, vibrant 8-bit inspired visuals, and an expansive world combine for a story-rich adventure. Explore a fantastical world by airship, customize your party of 7 unique characters, and face a mistreated child with impossible powers while unraveling mysteries and taking on strategic battles that let you freely swap allies, execute team attacks, and finish with Omega Bursts. From exploring ancient ruins to solving robot murder mysteries, uncover side quests, confront challenging super bosses, and experience a heartfelt tale with a tragic villain whose motives twist the fate of the world. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $10.49, Wild Bastards is a tactical FPS where you travel across a lawless galaxy to recruit, manage, and gunsling with a team of 13 unique outlaws, each with their own weapons, special powers, and growth trees. Navigate procedurally generated planets, evaluate terrain and enemy types, and engage in bite-sized, high-stakes shootouts where cover, flanking, and special enemy abilities demand careful strategy. Build relationships, heal and level up your gang, and harness dynamic environments to turn the odds in your favor as you seek to resurrect fallen gang members and carve out your place in a chaotic universe. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, and unfortunately, one of the trophies is broken and preventing the platinum from ever getting unlocked. The devs don't seem interested in patching the game any further, so I don't see it ever getting fixed. For $13.99, Shadow of the Ninja Reborn is a modernized remake of the cult classic NES action-adventure set in a dystopian 2029 where 2 skilled ninjas must save the nation. Slash through enemies using a katana, shurikens, and a deadly arsenal while navigating 6 sprawling, trap-filled stages, including one entirely new stage, testing your platforming, combat, and strategic skills. Team up locally in the acclaimed co-op mode, explore beautifully upgraded 8-bit inspired sprites, customize your loadout in the tool shop, and enjoy a high-energy soundtrack featuring Iku Mizutani and Hiroshi Iwatsuki's iconic retro melodies. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 15 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $17.49, the Castlevania Dominus collection unites 4 dark adventures, including Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, Order of Ecclesia, and the debut of Haunted Castle Revisited, a redesigned version of the first Castlevania arcade game with its original format. You'll guide Soma Cruz as he fuses enemy souls into weapons, switch between Jonathan and Charlotte to combine powers against a resurrected castle, and wield Shinoa's glyph-based magic in a desperate fight with Dracula. With never-before-seen art, quality-of-life features like rewind and quick saves, and refined 2D visuals, this collection celebrates one of gaming's most iconic series with modern accessibility. It's a 90 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $13.49, Hunt Showdown 1896 is a tense and unforgiving extraction shooter where you'll stalk corrupted backwaters haunted by grotesque monsters and rival hunters, with every match offering the chance to risk it all for glory. You'll track and banish terrifying bosses, fend off competing players eager to steal your prize, and fight tooth and nail to escape, whether going solo for high stakes or working with teammates to improve your odds. Every shot, scream, and footstep matters thanks to immersive atmosphere and masterful sound design, while progression, permadeath, and frequent updates with new weapons, events, and rewards keep the experience fresh and endlessly challenging. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 150 hours to platinum. For $10.49, Steamworld Heist 2 is a turn-based strategy adventure where Captain Leeway and a ragtag crew of steambots must sail the Great Sea to uncover the mystery behind a deadly water crisis corroding botkind. You'll line up ricochet shots, outmaneuver enemies with clever positioning, and engage in real-time naval combat while steering your submarine through dangerous waters filled with treasures and rival ships. With over 150 weapons, jobs, and upgrades to customize your crew, plus eccentric characters, handcrafted environments, and a new soundtrack by steam-powered Giraffe, every mission feels fresh and rewarding. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $10.99, Conscript is a grim pixel art survival horror set in 1916 during the Battle of Verdun, where you play as a French soldier searching for his missing brother amidst the chaos of one of history's bloodiest conflicts. You'll navigate twisted trenches, crumbling forts, and deadly stretches of no man's land, scavenging scarce World War I weapons and fending off relentless enemy soldiers while enduring the horrors of war. Intricate level design, complex puzzles, strict resource management, and tense encounters ensure every decision carries weight, while multiple endings, unlockable weapons and costumes, and oppressive sound design create a highly replayable, immersive experience. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $17.19, The Seventh Guest is a remastered 30th anniversary edition of the groundbreaking Haunted Mansion adventure that helped define the genre and inspired generations of puzzle and horror games. You'll explore Henry Stoff's eerie mansion, moving from room to room while solving bizarre and devilishly clever puzzles, uncovering dark secrets, and confronting the mystery of the missing seventh guest. Featuring fully explorable 3D environments, full motion video with live actor dialogue, remastered HD graphics, dual music options, and improved controls, this edition modernizes a classic while preserving its chilling atmosphere and sense of suspense. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Parkitect Deluxe Edition is a modern theme park management simulator where you build, design, and operate your dream parks, complete with customizable coasters, immersive theming, and dynamic guest experiences. You'll deform terrain, place water features, design shops and staff areas, and decorate with hundreds of objects while managing finances, guest satisfaction, and behind-the-scenes operations. With over 70 ride types, massive maps, 36 challenging campaign scenarios, sandbox mode, and included DLCs, Taste of Adventure, and Booms and Blooms, you can unleash your creativity and build everything from adventure parks to fantastical wonderlands. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 90 hours to platinum. For $10.99, Until Then is a narrative adventure following Mark Borgia and his friends through another year of high school in a world still recovering from catastrophe, where mundane routines collide with mysterious disappearances and hidden truths. You'll explore everyday life, practicing piano, racing to meet deadlines, and building relationships, while investigating through in-game social media, emails, and text to uncover clues that reveal the story's secrets. With hand-drawn pixel art, cinematic 3D environments, mundane minigames, and a Philippine-inspired setting, the game blends themes of love, loss, and friendship with choices that shape Mark's growth and the outcome of his story. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun Forges of Corruption Edition is the ultimate retro-inspired FPS experience, combining the base game with the Forges of Corruption DLC for the most complete adventure. You'll take on the role of a battle-hardened space marine, blasting through hordes of chaos space marines and demons with a devastating arsenal and fast-paced, 90s-style boomer shooter combat. Run, jump, and charge across massive, intricately designed levels filled with explosions, blood, and pixelated carnage, all while relishing the stylish visuals, frantic action, and faithful homage to the Warhammer 40k universe. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 20 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $19.79, Monster Hunter Stories is a turn-based RPG where you step into the world of Monster Hunter not to hunt, but to raise and bond with monsters as a monster rider. You'll leave your village to explore the world of hunters, face the dark threat of the Black Blight, and uncover the secrets of the Kinship Stone and the Legend of Redan, while building lifelong relationships with your monsties. With strategic turn-based battles, the ability to hatch and train monsters like Zinogre and Nargacuga, the right of channeling to awaken hidden abilities, online features, and fully voiced dialogue in Japanese and English, this edition offers a deep and complete Monster Hunter adventure. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. For $19.99, Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin is a turn-based RPG where you become a rider, forging bonds with friendly monsters called Monsties to fight alongside you in a sweeping, epic adventure. You play as the grandchild of Red, a legendary rider, and your journey begins with Enna, a Wyverian girl carrying an egg that could hatch a legendary Rathalos capable of devastating the world. Explore a richly detailed world filled with diverse landscapes, strengthen friendships, complete challenging quests, and uncover the hidden truths behind ancient legends as you face trials that test the bonds between riders and their monsties. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. Just be aware that there's a bundle on sale for $30 that includes both this and the first game. For $19.49, Rocket Knight Adventures Resparked Collection is a thrilling revival of 3 classic side-scrolling adventures starring Sparkster, the iconic Possum Knight battling robots and pigs to save the princess. You'll experience Rocket Knight Adventures, Sparkster Rocket Knight Adventures 2, and Sparkster with enhanced accessibility through a rewind feature, save anytime progression, and 2 new modes, a museum and a boss rush that lets you jump straight into the action. Relive the nostalgic gameplay, enjoy the full music library, and tackle classic platforming challenges with modern conveniences in this definitive collection. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $12.49, Umbra Claw is a 2D action-adventure where you play as Kuon, a house cat who awakens in the perilous Soul Plane after death and must navigate a deadly underworld to return to her owner. Every hit is instant death, but Kuon can use the mysterious Anima Revive to resurrect with a new skill, transform into a humanoid form, and attempt up to 9 lives as she overcomes increasingly dangerous terrain and fearsome enemies. With hand-drawn, paper cutout style environments, multiple endings shaped by player choices, and a haunting story of life, death, and rebirth, this feline adventure challenges both reflexes and heart. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $17.99, Another Crab's Treasure is a quirky undersea action-adventure where you play as Krill, a hermit crab who wears trash as shells to survive attacks from enemies many times his size, while on a mission to reclaim his repossessed shell. Explore vibrant oceans, from kelp forests and coral reefs to deep-sea trenches, uncover dark secrets behind a mysterious infection called the gunk, and master powerful umami techniques inspired by the ocean's deadliest creatures. With flexible difficulty, unique combat, and a mix of humor and challenge, this adventure blends Soul-like mechanics with approachable gameplay for all types of players. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $12.49, Hotel Renovator is a hotel management and design simulator where you inherit a dilapidated hotel and transform it into a luxurious, thriving getaway. Tear down old walls, rip up floors, and decorate with over 2,000 furniture pieces and accessories while managing amenities, keeping guests happy, and striving for glowing 5-star reviews. Explore Story Mode to uncover the hotel's hidden history, meet a variety of colorful VIP clients, complete renovation challenges, and test your interior design skills, or use mod support to create, share, and draw inspiration from a community of like-minded renovators. It's a 70 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 18 hours to platinum. For $13.99, Classified France 44 is a World War II turn-based strategy game set in the months before the Allied invasion of France in 1944, where you command a squad of Allied operatives and French resistance fighters in missions of sabotage, ambush, and survival. You'll recruit heroes with personal stories, upgrade them with new skills and weapons, and balance stealth eliminations with explosive assaults while managing morale, resistance networks, and the threat of Gestapo reprisals. Every shot fired impacts the enemy resolve through the suppression system, forcing foes to cower, retreat, or collapse, while branching objectives and multiple endings keep each campaign unpredictable. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Penny's Big Breakaway is a colorful 3D platformer where street performer Penny and her living yo-yo embark on a wild adventure after a cosmic string mishap transforms her audition into a chase across the world of Macaroon. You'll swing, spin, and chain creative combos with yo-yo while outmaneuvering Emperor Eddie's relentless penguin army, using snack power-ups to boost speed, protect yourself, and unlock powerful transformations. Vibrant stages encourage both stylish play and precision, offering a mix of story-driven challenges, speedrunning time trials, and unlockable extras that make every run unique and replayable. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $13.99, In Stars and Time is a narrative-driven time loop RPG where Siffrin and their band of adventurer friends fight to overthrow a tyrant king, only for tragedy to reset the clock and force them to repeat the same days again and again. As the only one aware of the loop, Siffrin slowly unravels under the weight of endless repetition, but each cycle brings new perspectives, branching dialogue, and fresh solutions to puzzles that inch the party closer to the truth. Battles unfold through quirky, strategic rock-paper-scissors combat, where you'll equip memories as armor, pray to gods for blessings, and strengthen your found family with every loop. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 45 hours to platinum. For $11.99, Ship of Fools, the Aquapocalypse Edition, is a cooperative roguelite where you and your crew navigate perilous seas, fend off relentless enemies, and prepare for the coming aquapocalypse with daring naval combat and clever teamwork. Collect powerful trinkets and artifacts to strengthen your crew, coordinate cannon volleys, and explore new strategies as you face unpredictable challenges across treacherous waters. This edition includes the base game plus the Deep Sea Duo and Water Garden Duo DLCs, expanding your roster and adding fresh cooperative chaos for every voyage. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. Just be aware that there's a broken trophy keeping the platinum from being unlocked, so hopefully that gets fixed soon. For $15.99, 2 Point Campus Brainy Bundle is a campus management sim where you build and run your dream university, guiding students through wacky courses, bizarre facilities, and eccentric challenges across multiple themed campuses. This bundle includes the base game plus all DLC, letting you expand your horizons from Space Academy and spooky school spirits to chaotic medical school, each with unique events, student needs, and hilarious disasters to navigate. Strategically plan classrooms, manage staff, and keep your students thriving while experimenting with all the game's playful systems in a fully loaded experience. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Yohane the Parhelion Blaze in the Deep Blue is a 2D Metroidvania spin-off of Love Live Sunshine, where Yohane ventures into a mysterious, monster-filled dungeon alongside her friend Lilaps to rescue missing friends and uncover hidden secrets. Explore shifting dungeon layouts, craft over 90 weapons and accessories using collected materials, and harness the powers of allies and music to overcome increasingly dangerous foes, while unlocking new areas with each successful delve. Familiar characters from the anime join the adventure, lending support and personality as you navigate temples, ruins, sunken ships, and other hidden locales in a vibrant, ever-changing undersea world. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $17.49, Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, is an action-packed Yakuza spin-off where Kazuma Kiryu, now living under the codename Joryu, must confront a mysterious figure threatening his hidden life while protecting his family. Switch dynamically between the brute force Yakuza style and the precise gadget-driven agent style as you battle hordes of enemies across vibrant districts filled with thrilling combat and high-stakes encounters. Beyond the main story, explore side activities like secret battle arenas, karaoke, cabaret clubs, and pocket circuit races, while completing missions from the enigmatic informant Akame to unravel an intricate narrative across Sotenbori and Yokohama. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $13.99, Trepang Squared Digital Deluxe Edition is a brutal, action-packed FPS set in a futuristic world where you become an unstoppable force seeking revenge, blending fast-paced gunplay with visceral melee combat. The Deluxe Edition includes the base game plus the Season Pass, adding survival mode with hordes of enemies, new combat simulator maps, weapon skins, and the Blade Kisser DLC, which introduces sword combat, new side missions, HVTs, and additional weaponry. Master a variety of weapons, testing your skills in challenging scenarios, and carve a path of destruction in a relentless campaign that rewards precision, speed, and strategy. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $19.99, UFC 5 Deluxe Edition is a next-level mixed martial arts experience where you step into the octagon with ultra-realistic fighters powered by the Frostbite engine, featuring lifelike models, dynamic environments, and fluid grappling with the seamless submission system. The Deluxe Edition includes Mike Tyson, 5 Origins Alter Egos, the Origins Vanity Bundle, and online career mode XP boosts, letting you experiment with fighters, strategies, and cosmetic options. The Real Impact system ensures every strike, cut, and takedown affects mobility, stamina, and defense, while cinematic KO replays capture your punishing finishes, and monthly Fight Week content keeps the action evolving. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $12.49, Forgive Me Father is a Lovecraft-inspired FPS where you navigate a nightmarish world as a priest or journalist, battling eldritch monsters, possessed civilians, and other horrors while managing a dynamic madness system that boosts power but threatens your sanity. Explore hand-drawn, comic book-style environments filled with secret areas, power-ups, and classic 90s FPS mechanics using a mix of scripture, cameras, and mysterious weapons to survive chaotic encounters. Choose skills that suit your playstyle, uncover hidden lore, and piece together a story in a world teetering between reason and madness. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $14.39, Captain Tsubasa Rise of New Champions Ultimate Edition is an action-packed soccer game based on the beloved anime series, letting you perform super moves, score spectacular goals, and experience the drama of the pitch like never before. The Ultimate Edition includes the base game, character passes, multiple uniform sets, special items, and goal performances, giving you everything needed to customize your team and players. Play through 2 story modes, Episode Tsubasa following the events of the anime, and Episode New Hero, an original narrative, while mastering flashy techniques, team combos, and epic matches across a dynamic, vibrant soccer world. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $12.99, Chants of Sennaar is a narrative-driven puzzle adventure where you explore a sprawling, labyrinthine tower divided by forgotten languages and fractured cultures, seeking to restore the balance among the peoples of the tower. Decipher ancient tongues, observe your surroundings, and solve intricate puzzles while using stealth and clever strategies to outwit vigilant guardians and navigate forbidden zones. As you uncover hidden areas, cryptic symbols, and remnants of a lost civilization, the vibrant, poetic world inspired by the myth of Babel draws you deeper into a story where communication is both the lock and the key to revealing the tower's secrets and restoring harmony. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $19.99, Bomb Rush Cyberfunk is a vibrant, rhythm-driven action game where you create your own cipher, perform tricks, spray graffiti, collect beats, and evade the cops as you stake your claim in the sprawling city of New Amsterdam. Play as Red, a graffiti writer with a cybernetic head searching for his past, alongside Bomb Rush crew members Trice and Bell, as you aim to go all-city while uncovering the truth behind Red's missing humanity and the shadowy forces that erased his identity. Combine stylish movement, fluid combos, and rhythmic gameplay across an urban playground alive with music, color, and chaos. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Blasphemous 2 is a dark, gothic Metroidvania where the Penitent One awakens in a strange new land to face grotesque enemies, titanic bosses, and the unending cycle of life, death, and resurrection while uncovering long-forgotten secrets. Explore a labyrinthine, non-linear world filled with traps, eerie NPCs, and hidden lore, while customizing your skill set and wielding new weapons to execute brutal combos and devastating attacks. Every encounter demands strategy, precision, and ruthless efficiency as you navigate perilous landscapes, confront monstrous foes, and unravel the myths and stories of a richly detailed, unforgiving universe. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $11.99, Moving Out 2 is a hilariously chaotic physics-based moving simulator that expands on the original with interdimensional mayhem, new characters, and cross-play online multiplayer. Play solo as a fart, furniture arrangement and relocation technician, or team up with up to 3 friends locally or online as you help residents pack, ship, and move through wild new worlds filled with slapstick hazards and laugh-out-loud challenges. A colorful mix of fresh recruits and returning favorites make every job more entertaining, while assist mode, accessibility options, and loads of customization ensure the fun is open to everyone. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Everspace 2 is a fast-paced single-player space shooter that mixes frantic dogfights, RPG-style progression, and looter-shooter mechanics into one massive adventure. You'll pilot customizable starfighters through handcrafted star systems filled with outlaw gangs, alien species, hidden treasures, and dangerous mysteries, using dodges, rolls, boosts, and heavy firepower to dismantle foes in explosive space combat. With 7 distinct systems, over 100 handcrafted locations, and endless opportunities to upgrade ships across unique classes, every encounter offers new loot, strategies, and challenges to master. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Ghost Trick Phantom Detective is a quirky puzzle adventure classic remastered in HD, where you play as Ciel, a recently deceased man trying to solve the mystery of his own murder before sunrise. Using ghostly powers, you'll possess and manipulate objects, rewind time, and set off chain reactions to unravel clever, mind-bending puzzles while interacting with a cast of eccentric and charming characters. The remaster brings upgraded visuals, new music arrangements by Yasumasa Kitagawa, and a full gallery of art and sound, all while faithfully preserving Shu Takumi's original direction, inventive mechanics, and witty storytelling. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $12.59, Eastern Exorcist is a beautifully hand-drawn 2D side-scrolling action RPG set in a grim Eastern fantasy world overrun by vicious spirits, twisted demons, and relentless monsters. You'll take on the role of a skilled exorcist, mastering precise swordplay and tactical combat mechanics as you carve through enemies and face brutal challenges while uncovering stories filled with joy, sorrow, and bittersweet sacrifice. The game's breathtaking art direction, inspired by traditional Chinese ink painting, infuses every scene with a haunting elegance, while dramatic cutscenes presented in the style of Chinese opera heighten the atmosphere and immerse you further in its cultural roots. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $19.99, Street Fighter VI is Capcom's latest evolution of the legendary fighting series, built on the RE engine and loaded with new mechanics, modes, and style. Its roster of 18 fighters features returning icons like Ryu and Chun-Li alongside newcomers like Jamie and Kimberly, each with striking redesigns and cinematic supers, while the refined combat system introduces 3 control types, classic, modern, and dynamic, plus the new drive gauge for offensive and defensive creativity, with real-time commentary adding tournament-style hype. Beyond battles, World Tour lets you explore Metro City with a custom avatar, and the Battle Hub serves as a social hub with events and arcade classics. It's a 91 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Humanity is a striking puzzle action platformer where you play as a glowing Shiba Inu tasked with guiding vast marching crowds toward salvation. Across over 90 campaign stages, you'll command humans to jump, turn, float, climb, and fight through intricate puzzles, deadly obstacles, and chaotic boss battles, while unlocking new abilities to expand your control, and when you're done, you can dive into an endless library of community-made levels or create your own with the intuitive stage builder. Playable in both standard and optional VR mode, its stark, minimalist style comes from visionary designers Yugo Nakamura and Tetsuya Mizuguchi, creators of Rez and Tetris Effect. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $12.79, Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection Volume 1 brings back the electrifying grid-based battles of the beloved series, where you jack into the net, face deadly enemy programs, and collect rare battle chips to build the ultimate deck of special moves. Set in 2000X during the Network Age, you'll join Leian Hikari and his net Navi, Megaman.exe, to confront escalating network crime while exploring the digital world, uncovering secrets, and battling foes in strategy-driven encounters. Volume 1 includes 4 classic games, Mega Man Battle Network, Battle Network 2, and both versions of Battle Network 3, plus a gallery of illustrations, music, and online play support. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. Just be aware that you can get Volume 2 for the same price, the games just aren't good enough to make this list. For $13.49, Dredge Digital Deluxe Edition is the ultimate pack for your eerie maritime adventure, combining the base game with the Blackstone Key DLC to enhance your journey into the mysterious, foreboding depths. Explore shadowy seas, trawl for sinister secrets, and uncover the dark, unsettling stories lurking beneath the waves. The Blackstone Key DLC adds the Arterial Engine, a grotesque contraption driven by a pulsating heart that beats in time with your own, and the Sign of Ruin, a talisman carved with a mysterious symbol, sure to attract the attention of those attuned to the dark forces and eldritch horrors that inhabit the deep ocean. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $10.02, Pirate Outlaws is a roguelike deck builder with a striking hand-drawn style where you navigate treacherous seas, defeat outlaw crews, and confront powerful masters. Choose from 16 unique heroes with unlockable skins, building deadly decks from over 700 cards and 200 relics to face over 150 enemies and over 60 bosses across 7 chapters in 3 modes: Navigate for roguelike expeditions, Arena to challenge champions, and Tavern Brawl for waves of pre-made decks. With all free upgrades included, every run is packed with ambushes, challenges, and chances to earn repute, unlock content, and refine strategies for pirate supremacy. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $19.99, the Shadow Warrior trilogy delivers all 3 fast-paced first-person shooters starring the quick-witted warrior Lo Wang, combining over-the-top action, razor-sharp melee, and explosive gunplay across 110 hours of gameplay. Shadow Warrior reimagines the classic 3D realm shooter, introducing a bold, fast-moving adventure with blades, guns, and dark humor. Shadow Warrior 2 evolves the series with co-op or solo play across procedurally generated landscapes, mixing devastating weapons, magic, and challenging enemies in a corrupted world. Shadow Warrior 3 Definitive Edition pushes the action further with free-running movement, epic battles against demons, and a dynamic arsenal of blades and bullets as you attempt to recapture an ancient dragon unleashed from its eternal prison. It's a 75 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 110 hours to get all 3 platinums. For $14.99, Chef Life, a restaurant simulator, Al Forno edition, lets you craft wood-fired pizzas and transform your eatery with a fully authentic Italian ambiance that delights every guest. The Al Forno edition includes the base game plus a new pizza-focused menu featuring 8 recipes: Neapolitan, vegetarian, seafood, cheese, spicy, barbecue, Hawaiian, and mountain, each with 3 upgrade levels, alongside a wood fire oven to master them perfectly. Over 65 customization items allow you to decorate counters, walls, floors, lighting, dining tables, platings, and even your chef's outfit, creating the ultimate personalized and immersive Italian pizzeria experience. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. For $17.99, Transport Fever 2 Deluxe Edition is a detailed transport simulation where you build a sprawling empire across land, sea, and air, shaping cities and economies from 1850 to the present. Guide trains, buses, trucks, ships, and planes to transport passengers and goods, driving growth and prosperity, while free play offers near-endless creative possibilities and campaign mode spans 3 continents with over 20 hours of scenarios, with a map editor that lets you recreate landscapes across temperate, dry, and tropical zones using over 200 realistic vehicles. The Deluxe Edition adds 3 exclusive scenarios, 6 historical vehicles, 3 new animals, and 2 classic soundtracks. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 110 hours to platinum. For $14.99, The Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice Edition is the definitive way to experience Obsidian Entertainment's acclaimed RPG, including the base game and all add-on content fully remastered. Awake decades after your colonist ship goes missing and find yourself in the middle of a deep conspiracy threatening the Halcyon colony, exploring diverse planets and locations like the mysterious Gorgon asteroid and the distilleries of Eridanos. Your choices shape your character, affect companion stories, and influence how factions vie for power, while a higher level cap, improved graphics, and expanded gameplay make this the ultimate Outer Worlds experience. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 45 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Rez Infinite is a mesmerizing, synesthesia-fueled rail shooter where every move triggers vibrant colors and music perfectly synced to its legendary techno soundtrack. Blast through remastered classic levels, areas 1 through 5, and the VR-focused free-flying stage Area X with razor-sharp 4K visuals, 60 FPS motion, HDR, and full 5.1 or 7.1 surround sound, all fully playable without VR, while optional PSVR 2 support adds 120 FPS, full 3D audio, eye tracking for precise targeting, and dynamic DualSense plus headset haptics for a deeply immersive tactile adventure. Whether in standard 2D or VR, the game delivers an unforgettable, rhythmic, visually stunning journey. It's an 88 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 12 hours to platinum. For $19.99, Tetris Effect Connected is a stunning reinvention of the classic puzzle game, turning every match into a hypnotic audiovisual experience where music, visuals, and effects pulse and sync with your moves. From the creators of Rez Infinite and Luminous, it features over 30 stages and 10 modes that evolve dynamically as you play, blending beauty with challenge, while cross-platform multiplayer adds both cooperative and competitive options like connected, zone battle, and score attack for stylish, fast-paced play. With its breathtaking presentation, fluid gameplay, and immersive haptics on PS5 and PSVR 2, this is Tetris like you've never seen before. It's an 89 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 10 out of 10, and about 150 hours to platinum. For $17.49, Never Awake is a nightmarish twin-stick shooter set inside a young girl's twisted dreams, where the enemies aren't demons but the things she despises: vegetables, dentists, and even other classmates. You'll guide Rem through over 80 hand-drawn levels filled with surreal visuals, fluid animation, and chaotic battles against the creatures of her subconscious, while dozens of bosses, upgradable weapons, and multiple endings that reflect your performance create a balance of accessibility for newcomers and deep replayability for genre fans. Its eerie art direction, dreamlike world, and emotional storytelling make it a hauntingly beautiful experience. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $19.49, Tortuga, A Pirate's Tale lets you live out the ultimate 17th century pirate fantasy as a daring captain hungry for gold, glory, and dominance across the Caribbean. Command a fleet, recruit infamous pirate captains, and raid trading convoys while upgrading your ships with unique loadouts, then engage in tactical, turn-based naval battles where wind, positioning, and strategy decide victory, all while keeping your crew loyal by fairly dividing the spoils to prevent mutiny. With historical ships, deep role-playing systems, and over 25 hours of quests and exploration, it's a treasure chest of rich, swashbuckling adventure for strategy fans. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $14.99, Breakers Collection brings together the cult classic 1996 fighting game and its 1998 sequel, Breakers Revenge, complete with balance adjustments, new gameplay elements, and additional playable characters to delight both longtime fans and newcomers alike. Jump into local versus battles, ranked matches with rollback netcode, team fights, or refine your skills in training mode while exploring arcade mode, the art gallery, and other bonus content. Each character has unique movement, special actions, and abilities, from dashes to backsteps, offering a faithful yet slightly modernized fighting experience with plenty of strategic depth. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 8 hours to platinum. For $11.99, Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 is the latest high-speed 2D action entry into the acclaimed Gunvolt series, blending an engaging story with fast-paced, exhilarating, and strategically deep gameplay that will keep players on the edge of their seats. Play as both series protagonist Gunvolt and new hero Kirin, switching between them on the fly to tackle dozens of challenging stages and formidable bosses filled with unique hazards and attack patterns. New to this installment are image pulses, collectible summons, and equipment drawn from Gunvolt's memories, with over 150 varieties to acquire, combine, and strategically use in combat to gain the upper hand in every encounter. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $19.99, River City Girls 2 delivers a high-energy beat-em-up adventure as Misako, Kyoko, Kunio, and Riki, joined by newcomers Marion and Provi, hit the streets where an old foe returns for revenge. Fight through expanded areas of River City, unleashing guard crush attacks, lift-off combos, elemental attacks, and other knuckle-busting techniques, while leveling up to unlock new moves, buy items, and recruit defeated foes or hired heavies to fight alongside you. Team up locally or online, explore non-linear paths, uncover secret areas, and enjoy character-specific voiceovers, an epic soundtrack by Megan McDuffie, and anime-style cutscenes. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $19.99, Chained Echoes is a story-driven 16-bit style JRPG where a band of heroes journeys across the war-torn continent of Volandis to end the centuries-long conflict between its three kingdoms once and for all. You'll traverse diverse landscapes from sunken cities and lush archipelagos to wind-blasted plateaus, ancient ruins, and forgotten dungeons, meeting colorful allies and uncovering dark secrets that shape the fate of the land. Mixing swordplay, powerful magic, and fully customizable mechs, it delivers a rich blend of turn-based combat, deep exploration, and emotional storytelling, reminiscent of classic SNES-era RPGs but with modern design and pacing. It's an 89 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 55 hours to platinum. For $14.79, the Dark Pictures anthology, The Devil in Me, is a cinematic, choice-driven horror game and the chilling Season 1 finale of Supermassive's acclaimed anthology series. A group of documentary filmmakers accepts a mysterious invitation to a replica of H.H. Holmes' murder castle, but their dream project soon spirals into a deadly fight for survival as they explore the hotel's twisted halls, solve clever tool-based puzzles, and use new movement options like running, jumping, and climbing to outsmart a calculating killer obsessed with elaborate death traps. With both online co-op and 5-player local play, every decision can mean life or death for your crew. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Resident Evil Village Gold Edition delivers the definitive version of Capcom's modern survival horror masterpiece, featuring the base game, Winter's expansion, Trauma Pack, and full VR support for an even more immersive, pulse-pounding experience. Set years after Resident Evil 7, Ethan Winter's fragile peace shatters when his family is torn apart, drawing him into a chilling European village infested with grotesque creatures and dark, supernatural secrets. Experience the horror up close through a tense first-person perspective as you battle relentless enemies, solve environmental puzzles, and explore a beautifully decayed world that feels alive with mystery and terror. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $15.99, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga Collection, bundles 13 classic TMNT games from Konami into one massive nostalgia-packed celebration of the heroes in a half-shell. Spanning arcade, NES, SNES, Sega Genesis, and Game Boy titles, it lets fans relive iconic side-scrolling beat-em-ups, brawlers, and fighters inspired by the beloved 80s cartoon and comics, complete with memorable levels, boss fights, and co-op gameplay. With quality-of-life updates like save states, rewind, button mapping, and online play for select titles, it modernizes these classics while preserving their original charm, challenge, and fan-favorite mechanics. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 2 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Soul Hackers 2 is a story-driven JRPG set in a neon-drenched cyberpunk world where humans are consumed by technology, convenience, and corporate control, while devil summoners harness the power of otherworldly demons in a secret war that could reshape reality itself and the fate of humanity. Play as agents Ringo and Feig, created by the sentient digital hive mind Aeon, as they investigate a looming butterfly effect that threatens to end the world. Explore sprawling urban environments, negotiate with demons, engage in turn-based combat, and make impactful decisions that affect both story and character progression. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Capcom Fighting Collection brings together 10 of Capcom's most iconic arcade fighting games, including titles from Street Fighter, Darkstalkers, Cyberbots, and the first home console port of Red Earth, all in one epic package. Enjoy fully featured online modes with robust rollback netcode for ranked and casual matches, or spectate exciting games with friends, while beginner-friendly options like training mode, one-button special moves, and save load functionality make the collection accessible to newcomers. The included museum offers over 500 illustrations, development materials, concept art, and more than 400 arcade music tracks for fans and historians alike. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. Just be aware that you can get Fighting Collection 1 and 2 together in a bundle on sale for $39. For $10.49, Sonic Origins lets you relive the classic adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic CD in fully remastered high definition, complete with smoother animations and updated visual effects. Speed through iconic zones like Green Hill and face off against Dr. Robotnik's Death Egg robot while enjoying new areas, additional animations, and a brand new anniversary mode. Complete missions to collect coins and unlock challenges, special stages, and bonus content in the museum, or choose between Classic mode with original resolution and limited lives, and Anniversary mode with unlimited lives and enhanced full-screen visuals. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 7 hours to platinum. For $12.49, Resident Evil 2 Deluxe Edition delivers the ultimate survival horror experience with the main game and extra DLC pack, including multiple costumes for Leon and Claire, the deluxe Samurai Edge Albert model weapon, and the ability to swap to the original soundtrack. Set in September 1998, Raccoon City is engulfed by a deadly virus, turning residents into flesh-eating zombies as chaos spreads across the streets. Navigate terrifying environments, solve tense puzzles, and confront unimaginable horrors in a gripping storyline that keeps you on edge as you witness the return of Resident Evil 2 in all its intense, adrenaline-fueled glory. It's a 92 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. Just be aware that you can get the standard versions of 2 and 3 bundled together for $15, and you can get the full remake trilogy including Deluxe 2, 3, and Gold 4 bundled together for $40. For $14.99, Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown Top Gun Maverick Edition lets you soar through hyper-realistic skies in one of the best flight combat simulators ever made. Experience heart-pounding dogfights and cinematic aerial maneuvers as you pilot iconic fighter jets with total 360-degree freedom, mastering cloud physics, radar evasion, and pinpoint missile strikes across massive war zones rendered in jaw-dropping detail. This edition includes the Top Gun Maverick aircraft set featuring 6 playable jets, including the legendary F-14 Tomcat and the experimental Dark Star, along with 10 emblems, 38 skins, 12 nicknames, and 2 exclusive multiplayer music tracks to complete the package. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Ghostwire Tokyo immerses you in a beautifully eerie supernatural version of Shibuya, where nearly every human has vanished and vengeful spirits now roam the neon-lit streets. Use your ethereal weaving powers to channel elemental attacks, exorcise restless yokai, and unravel a dark mystery that ties traditional Japanese folklore to a modern-day paranormal crisis. This updated version includes the massive Spider's Thread roguelike mode, with over 120 tailored challenges, new areas like the Haunted Middle School, expanded story cutscenes, new side missions, and enhanced combat skills like perfect guard counter and charge rush attacks to take on fearsome new enemies. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $19.99, Assassin's Creed Valhalla Ragnarok Edition delivers the complete Norse epic, including the acclaimed base game and the massive Dawn of Ragnarok expansion, where you wield godly powers as Odin himself. Embark on a sprawling adventure across England's Dark Ages and the mythical realms of Norse legend, raiding fortresses, forging alliances, and mastering brutal combat that lets you dual-wield weapons, execute visceral finishers, or strike from the shadows with your hidden blade. Build and customize your Viking settlement, influence the fate of kingdoms through meaningful choices, and explore breathtaking landscapes from icy Norway to the golden fields of England. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. For $19.99, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection brings 2 of Naughty Dog's most cinematic adventures, Uncharted 4 A Thief's End and Uncharted The Lost Legacy, remastered in stunning detail for PS5. Follow treasure hunters Nathan Drake and Chloe Fraser as they traverse lush jungles, lost temples, and war-torn cities in search of ancient relics, uncovering secrets that test their courage, loyalty, and wit in equal measure. Enhanced with 4K visuals, faster load times, 3D audio, and DualSense haptic feedback, this collection delivers the most immersive and technically polished version of Uncharted's globe-trotting, explosive action yet. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $14.99, River City Girls flips the classic beat-em-up formula with a hilarious, high-energy twist as Kyoko and Misako brawl through the city to rescue their kidnapped boyfriends, Kunio and Riki. Battle street gangs, punks, and over-the-top bosses across colorful 16-bit style districts, leveling up your moves, grabbing weapons, and chaining flashy combos, throws, and special attacks that pack serious punch whether you're playing solo or in chaotic local co-op. Featuring fully voiced anime cutscenes, manga-style story panels, and an absolute banger of a synth-pop soundtrack, it delivers a stylish and endlessly replayable throwback to arcade-era chaos and attitude. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 7 hours to platinum. Just be aware that you can get a bundle with this, 2, the Double Dragon DLC for 2, and 0 on sale for $37. For $19.99, Far Cry 6 Gold Edition drops you into Yara, a tropical paradise under the brutal rule of Anton Castillo and his son Diego, whose tyranny has sparked a bloody revolution that threatens to engulf the entire nation. Play as Danny Rojas, leading a guerrilla uprising across jungles, beaches, and cities on foot, horseback, or in a wide variety of vehicles, wielding hundreds of weapons and explosives alongside loyal allies like Chorizo the dog and Guapo the gator. This edition includes the Season Pass with 3 villain-focused DLCs, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon Classic Edition, and post-launch updates with new missions, special operations, extra hard difficulty, and fan-requested gameplay improvements. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. Just be aware that you can get a bundle with this, 3 Classic, 4, and 5 on sale for $37. For $11.99, Skull the Hero Slayer puts you in the bones of a lone skeleton fighting to save the Demon King's ruined castle from a human-led invasion that threatens to annihilate all demons. This fast-paced, side-scrolling action platformer combines roguelike maps, unpredictable challenges, and intense combat where Skull can equip up to 2 skulls at any time, each granting unique abilities, attack ranges, and powers to create devastating combos tailored to your playstyle and strategy. Face off against relentless adventurers and other formidable foes in a colorful, chaotic world where timing, skill, and adaptability are crucial to survive and reclaim your kingdom. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $11.99, Dungeon Encounters plunges you into a mysterious labyrinth on the outskirts of a quiet town, where careful strategy and planning are essential to survive. From key members of the Final Fantasy team, this dungeon-crawling RPG challenges you to navigate 99 floors of traps, hidden passages, and deadly monsters, while managing a party, collecting rare items, and recruiting lost adventurers, all through a minimalist interface that emphasizes tactical gameplay. Battles use a refined active time battle system, letting you choose when and where to engage enemies, uncover events, and experiment with strategies to conquer the dungeon's secrets. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $11.99, G Darius HD puts you in the cockpit of the iconic Silverhawk, taking part in the epic conflict between the Amnelia Kingdom and the ruthless Thema Empire with thrilling shoot-'em-up action. Experience classic 2D gameplay remastered in high definition, or enjoy the original arcade visuals, using the unique capture ball system to change strategies and gain the upper hand against colossal bosses across multiple stages. This edition includes 5 versions of the game, beginner-friendly adjustments, new gadgets like the boss gadget and Yazuka timer, training mode, and a replay gallery, making it the definitive way to enjoy this legendary arcade shooter. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $11.99, Lost Judgment puts you in the shoes of lawyer-turned-detective Takayuki Yagami as he investigates a baffling murder case that exposes corruption, conspiracy, and the limits of the justice system in Tokyo and Yokohama. Combine street fighting combat with Crane, Tiger, and the new Snake stances with investigative tools, stealth, and detective tricks to track suspects, gather evidence, and confront dangerous criminals while making choices that test your moral compass. Explore bustling city streets, tackle side cases, and interact with locals as you unravel a gripping story of crime, revenge, and justice, all rendered in stunning, authentic detail. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. Just be aware that you can get the Ultimate Edition with all DLC on sale for $18. For $13.19, Diablo 2 Resurrected is the definitive remaster of Diablo 2 and its Lord of Destruction expansion, bringing Blizzard's genre-defining action RPG to modern consoles with enhanced visuals, updated audio, and quality-of-life improvements. Battle through the jungles of Karast, the Forgotten Tower, and Hell itself, then face Baal atop Mount Ariat while customizing 7 iconic classes: Amazon, Assassin, Barbarian, Druid, Necromancer, Paladin, and Sorceress, with countless build and gear options to suit your playstyle. Play solo, join up to 8-player online co-op, or test your skills in thrilling PvP duels, all while experiencing a faithful yet modernized journey through Sanctuary. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and probably over 1,000 hours to platinum. Just be aware that you can get a bundle with this and Diablo 3 on sale for $20. For $14.79, Tales of Arise tells the story of 2 heroes from different worlds uniting to overthrow the oppressive rule of Rena, which has exploited Dana for 300 years. Engage in a fluid, intuitive combat system that rewards strategy and skill as you explore lush environments, forge bonds with a diverse cast of characters, and uncover a rich narrative full of twists, personal growth, and epic confrontations. With stunning visuals, a captivating story, and expansive exploration, Tales of Arise delivers a top-tier JRPG experience that will keep players immersed from start to finish. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. Just be aware that you can get the base game and the Beyond the Dawn expansion bundled together on sale for $30. For $15.99, The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles immerses you in the witty, dramatic world of courtroom battles and clever deduction as rookie lawyer Ryunosuke Naruhodo tackles complex murder mystery cases across 19th century Japan and England. Investigate crime scenes, gather evidence, question witnesses, and piece together the truth before stepping into tense courtroom showdowns where cross-examination, logic, and well-timed objections are your keys to victory. With 10 full episodes, a richly detailed historical setting, and plenty of twists, humor, and turnabouts, this double pack delivers dozens of hours of thrilling legal adventure. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $11.99, Phoenotopia Awakening casts you as Gale, a young villager thrust into a cosmic adventure when a starship abducts all the adults, leaving her to uncover the sinister forces threatening Earth. Explore vibrant towns and dangerous dungeons while wielding over 10 unique weapons and tools, from rocket boots to bombs and a magical flute, facing more than 50 enemy types and 12 challenging bosses. With a rich narrative, charming characters, collectibles, and an original soundtrack of over 60 tracks spanning orchestral to synth metal, this adventure offers deep exploration, thrilling combat, and hours of replayability. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum.